The journey of grief and loss. Let the healing process begin. You can rarely fully prepare yourself for the loss of something dear to you. When a traumatic loss occurs, both the body types of losses. Grief occurs from many losses, and not just death. A recent and severe medical diagnosis or worsening prognosis, a loss of employment or a demotion, an important relationship coming to an end to an important chapter in your life, like a graduation or retirement, grown children leaving the home, loss of identity, loss of a dream. Changes can cause grief since when there is change, it means something is lost, and many others. It is very important to deal directly with losses and go through a healthy healing process to protect yourself mentally and emotionally. You'll be able to focus more on the positive aspects of your life rather than solely focusing your energy on the recent loss. One way to look at the grief process is the journey of learning to accept the loss that has occurred and to find peace within yourself while living with that loss. What happens when we deny ourselves the grieving process? The pain and adversity you feel from a loss doesn't just go away. When ignored, grief and its effects will manifest in other ways, typically those which are not good for you. Some of those include holds you back emotionally and mentally, depression, suicidal ideation, intense periods of isolation in order to avoid things that remind you of your loss, substance abuse, or other dangerous coping strategies, being mentally and emotionally stuck at the moment the loss occurred, and being stuck in one place within yourself. Forcing yourself to skip the grieving process will only hurt you in the long run. It doesn't make you strong or invincible to pretend you aren't hurting and struggling. The 5 stages of grief and loss. In 1969, famed psychiatrist Elizabeth Kubler-Ross detailed in her book On Death and Dying 5 stages of grief and loss, which describe how humans typically respond to a traumatic death or loss. Denial. The denial stage is the first stage of grief and is the typical first response to a major loss. During this stage, you might catch yourself saying things like, "This can't be happening," and maintaining a sense of disbelief. Anger. For the most part, the anger state is about finding somebody to blame. You want somebody to be responsible for the loss you're experiencing, whether it's the doctor that diagnosed your loved one, the bank that took your home, or even yourself. Though displayed as anger, this is truly just displaced pain as the psyche tries to find a rationale for why the loss took place. Bargaining. Even if you don't believe in God or a higher power, you might find yourself negotiating some sort of deal. This stage is about being willing to do anything to reverse the loss and go back to normal life or have a little more time. What if and if only statements are extremely common in the bargaining stage. Depression. Mental acknowledgement of the loss. True feelings of pain and emotion appear. Includes profound sadness as the realization of the loss sinks in. Acceptance. The acceptance stage is coming to terms with the loss, acknowledging the loss occurred and dealing with it. The focus can now shift towards moving forwards to a new normal. Let's review 31 ways to find comfort through the grieving process. Accept your feelings. It's important to recognize, accept, and feel your feelings, no matter if you feel angry, sadness, sorrow, or exhaustion. All these outlets help you to process and accept what you feel about your loss. Talk with someone about your feelings. Cry. Write about your feelings. Allow yourself to feel. Sometimes negative feelings like sorrow, sadness, grief, anger can be difficult to feel, so we push them away and stuff them inside. This never works as those feelings will find an outlet, typically in negative ways. Allow yourself to feel. Tell yourself, it's okay to feel X, Y, or Z. Do something you enjoy. When you're grieving a loss, you might feel guilty about smiling, laughing, or experiencing happiness. It's okay and actually recommended that you put yourself first and do something you find fun and enjoyable. Don't put a time limit on your grief. Everyone grieves differently. There is no set standard or timeline. Reminisce. Spend some time thinking and talking about the positive memories you experienced with your deceased loved one or the thing you lost. Pamper yourself. Throughout the grief process, you're dealing with a lot. Take the time to do something just for you. Reach out to loved ones. The grief process is highly enhanced by a strong support system. Do not grieve alone. Reach out to friends, family, and even professional help to get you through the toughest of times. Give back. Helping others takes you outside of yourself and distracts you from all the negativity you may be feeling. Take things one day at a time. You will have good days and bad days. Don't spend too much time worrying about when the grief is over. Take each day, one day at a time, or even 1 minute at a time. Make sure to stay in the present moment. Don't think about the past or future. Just be in the here and now. Journal daily. Write down anything that comes to mind. Just write. This helps you process and lets go of anger, anguish, and pain. Practice self-compassion and self-love. Experts say being kind to yourself is one of the best ways to find comfort in times of hardship and sorrow. Be a friend to yourself. Say kind things. For example, I'm so proud of you for finding your inner strength. Or, you are going to be okay. Or, I love you. Celebrate their life. If the grief is about a death, it is important to have the proper perspective. Is how you are living and coping celebrating their life or mourning their death? If at some point you don't honor your loved one's passing with a mindset of celebrating their life, then you are drowning in mourning their death. Is that what they would want for you? Write letters. Write letters to whatever or whomever you've lost. Say goodbye. Tell it or him or her how you feel, how you will miss them. Write them anything you want. Lean on your faith. Faith can be an incredible source of comfort following any type of loss. Be patient. Don't yearn for the day when the grief will end. Grief is a process, and it can take a long time. The truth is, you will not feel bad all the time. Relish those moments when you can take a breath and feel okay. Practice a lot of self-care. It may be difficult, but eating right, getting exercise, and doing everything you can to get proper sleep, even if that means taking naps, is key to the well-being of your mind, body, and spirit. Relax. Find relaxation outlets to ease the burden you feel and reduce stress. Baths, massages, hiking, reading, anything that makes you relaxed and pampered can help. Make a gratitude list. Gratitude heals you from within, promotes positivity, and helps you to look at the bright side, which may be hard to find in times of great sorrow, sadness, and grief. Make a gratitude list and review it often. Take walks in nature. Nature has a transformative effect on mind, body, and spirit. Breathing fresh air improves your physical health and refreshes your soul. Our bodies need sun. Cry as much as you need to. Crying can make you feel better. Just let it out. According to Psychology Today, emotional tears have special health benefits. Emotional tears contain stress hormones that get excreted from the body through crying. If you don't feel like doing anything, don't. When you feel overwhelmed, don't do anything. Sit down and relax. Take a nap or zone out in front of the TV. Positive affirmations. Affirmations help you manifest a reality and reprogram your mind. Take a few minutes each morning, evening, and more as needed to repeat positive affirmations. Create your affirmations around your needs. For example, if you seek peace, create affirmation statements around inner peace. Meditate. Meditation is one of the most effective ways to bring inner peace and calm to the mind. Yoga or Tai Chi. These ancient exercises and wellness practices are both great ways to bring about inner peace and serenity. They induce calm through various poses and breath work. Adopt a pet. Pets are highly therapeutic. A loving pet brings comfort, love, and support during the grieving process and beyond. Stay busy. Too much time on your hands can lead you to think too much. So try to stay busy. Listen to soothing music. Music can induce a wide range of feelings, including calm, peace, and serenity, and even happiness. Create a playlist that calms you and brings you comfort in your time of grief. A peaceful image. Find an image that brings you peace. Enlarge it and place it on a wall in your home where you will see it often. Use visualization when you are not able to see the image to picture it in your mind, and it will bring you inner peace wherever you are and when you need it most. Exercise. Exercise brings comfort in the form of reducing stress. Moderate activity helps to alleviate anxiety and calms your body, which in turn calms your mind. Regular exercise also helps promote better sleep, which in turn promotes your overall wellness and the ability to heal. Deep breathing. Deep breathing exercises are great for reducing stress and calming the mind. Try one of the many breathing apps, such as Breathe to Relax or Breathing Zone. When all seems lost, focus on the light at the end of the tunnel. The sorrow and deep sadness you feel right now is very real, but remember it will lessen over time. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. Some grief never goes away, but it does change over time and lessens in its intensity. Time does heal. When to seek professional help. Talking with a mental health professional may be helpful in any case, as a therapist can be a great source of comfort and healing. But sometimes it becomes necessary under these circumstances. Your entire life is centered around the loss, and you can't do anything without being brought down by these negative thoughts. Your appetite is practically non existent. Insomnia, panic attacks, loss of hygiene practices, no interest in cleaning or taking care of responsibilities, deep depression, suicidal thoughts. Dealing with losses other than death, non-death related losses in life, can be devastating. Don't be afraid to seek professional help in those cases. Loss of dreams, identity, empty nest syndrome, and other losses can be dealt with. You can recover and grow as a person while building resilience and inner strength, and you don't have to do it alone. Sometimes the process is much enhanced with a professional guiding you. Grief is a process. The good news is that you can heal. You can move forward and live a life that is satisfying, peaceful, and fulfilled.